of your product, the full life of your product. So from the storage to the transport and to the display. If you are supplying for grocery stores or bakeries or other stores, outlet stores. Now, it should be economical and should not compromise the safety of the consumers. So, with regards to how do I protect my product, it's very important is what is the characteristic of your product. So, we go back to our knowledge of food safety. What is the nature of your product? Is it high in moisture? Is it acidic food? Is it high water content? Etc. So these things you have to understand how your product behaves so that you can give recommendations as to how your product is to be stored. It should be refrigerated. It should be consumed within 24 hours, and so on. And then, of course, your product should indicate the required shelf life. So with that, we have different classifications now. Katong gani ha, classifications of food packaging, katong primary, secondary, and shipping packaging. Karon nagisgot ta sa food classification for easy matching with a type of packaging material. So we have 3 food classification. We have highly perishable products. So these are products that can be held for a short period of time. So when you have a short period, it will remain fresh or can be consumed between 5 to 7 days. Unless stored at really low temperature, either refrigerated or frozen, but would highly suggest frozen. Like example, budbud or soman, this is a very popular delicacy, And so if you want to prolong your budbud or soman, you can freeze it. It's a highly perishable product, but you can prolong its shelf life by considering its storage. So perishables to see. Another group is the semi-perishables. These are products that can stay for 30 to 90 days under normal conditions. So if you have orange juice, I will tell you it will last you 3 months, but you open the package and then you put it in room temperature, you have actually exposed it to temperatures that are not recommended for that product. And so, therefore, do not expect the orange juice to stay long. Di na siya maabtag 3 months. But if you put it in normal conditions, means follow the instruction of the manufacturers, then you have the guarantee that it will last according to its shelf life. And then you also have shelf-stable products. These products have minimal issues, because remember during the time when we cannot go out of our house, we have to buy canning online or buy in bulk. These are some of the recommended products we have. So kaning mga canned goods, mga dried goods like flour or pasta. Ano siya mga shelf-stable food products that can last more than 6 months, and you can store longer in your cupboard, in your wherever you store your dry foods. But making sure that they're in the right conditions. Dili siya in direct sunlight, away from pests and rodents. Again, the purpose of this classification is not just on the food itself, but based on analyzing the food, what is the compatible process that it should undergo, and what package material you should use for it, and what storage conditions should it be exposed to. So all these, all these 4 things aligned. If imo tutukan imong produkto, and ikaw kahibaw ka unsay proseso giaglian sa imong produkto, Unsa nga, then you can assess sakto ba ang akong packaging nga gigamit nga papel akong gigamit, glassine paper, plastic, no? And then na ako gi-recommend na dapat refrigerated yun yung akong biko. And it will only last for 5 days or something like that. But in refrigerated conditions. No? So that you are protecting yourself from future complaints. Okay, ingon niya ka, oy, naglain ba akong tiyan sa imong biko? No? So, kana, mura na ka, yes, ma'am, but mag-recommend diha, ma'am, na dapat refrigerated din siya for 5 days. No? So, kana, we are after the safety of our consumers. Okay? So, with that, knowing the intrinsic quality of our food product, and then aligning it with the processes that it undergoes, and then knowing what storage condition, what package material, we should understand, balik ta sa ato ang knowledge katong nag-isgot tag food safety, no? There are many ways food can be deteriorated or spoiled. And one of them is the biological methods or biological means. No, that is, if your food is highly perishable, it's really very much susceptible to bacteria or microorganisms. No? In fact, how you should analyze your food is to know what is the target bacteria for your food. No? Kung namaligya kag frozen chicken, ang imong target bacteria is Salmonella. No? Because as we know, chicken itself really contains, chicken meat contains, naagi na siya Salmonella. When it is alive, kapag ka ng body sa chicken, na warm kayo na siya, naagi na siya certain level of Salmonella. But the thing is it possible to eliminate altogether all microorganisms? The answer is actually no. You cannot eliminate all microorganisms because we live in this planet nga, especially we're in a tropical country, nga warm good atong climate, no? But can we control bacteria to an acceptable level? The answer is yes. Now how? By educating ourselves, by knowing what is the right storage condition for certain food products. Again, mabalik ta ato, no? Get to know your product. Know the enemy. The enemy is the bacteria or the fungi or the mold. So kung unsay nature sa imong produkto ila-ilaha, kung canned products ka, your enemy is botulism, no? Clostridium botulinum, which will cause kaning mga cans nga mo bulge, kabantay mo nang dilata nga niburot na. Please do not take the risk of consuming those kind of products because that will, I can vouch and say 100% lead to food poisoning, and that is very lethal, can even lead to death. No? So, kana ila-ilahon na to. Ang nakalingkot ani atong mga winners kay specific kay ilang produkto. No? So, siomai, makaila na jud ka sa imong produkto kay nagamit ba ron ka ground meat, spices, etc. So, knowing that you use those kind of ingredients, get to know kung saan kahay mga bacteria nga ma-present ani atong ingredients. No? So it's very easy to master them. So I do hope inyong knowledge of food safety wala ninyo gi-erase, no? So dapat inyo to take note.
Ato nang balik-balik po, Miss.
Yes. So this is what we want to avoid, no? Dili ta maghuwat atong pagkaon may ani, no, full of molds. It's very kaning unattractive, mahuwag tagana. Makikita tag mga inaning, no? Mga pagkaon. So, we do not want this to happen to our products because of wrong storage, no? Or because of poor hygiene of our food handlers. No, it could be possible na ikaw nga business owner strict kay ka sa cleanliness, but even food handlers are not well educated. So sila, they do not take hand washing as a very important activity. So it's very important. All these things should be monitored. No? So another mode of deterioration is chemical deterioration, no? Certain foods discolor over time, no? So kanina kita mo pickled papaya. Supposedly kung atsara, di ba gwapa man ang atsara, no? Kanang na siya gamay carrots, then the kanilang papaya, no? But kanina siya ni darken na siya, no? So maybe it's beyond its expiry or expiration date. No, mga discolor na siya, no? So we have what we call enzymatic browning, or also in other kinds of food, non-enzymatic browning. It might not be visible in the appearance, but in the taste. When you taste it, it has already off taste, or it's not the usual pickled papaya that you usually taste. So when in doubt, so sa atong nakatunan sa food safety, when in doubt is
don't eat.
Yes, taste gamay, and if you taste something funny, you smell something funny, when in doubt, throw it out din na siya. Sometimes ba kita Filipinos guilty kita, oy usik man na, hindi pa man na siya i-recycle. But mind you, ako lang yun, no? If we have highly compromised individuals at home, natay mga elderly, seniors, mga bata, toddlers, or mga lactating mothers, please lang yun, ipalayo sila sa mga expired products, no? Or mga food products na you have a doubt, no? So if you will not eat it, do not share it, especially to those people, kay even mga slightly deteriorated foods will have adverse effect to these individuals. Kung kita nga healthy adults ta, kung imo na ihatag sa mga senior citizens na nanagipamati, no, sa lawas, under medication, susceptible kaayo sila, vulnerable kaayo sila. Okay. And then also another form of deterioration is physical. So naguba na iyang itsura sa man siya, murag pulburon maning cookies or something, no? Nag-caking na siya, breakage na naman, because it has already dried up. Siguro it's past again its expiry date, no? So unappealing na siya. You feel nga usik siya, imo siyang pilawan gamay, kung acceptable pang taste. A word of kuan lang sa advice is when a product has reached its expiry date, dili masad ingon siya diretso makahilo, no? So dili sad sa ingon na ma-poison dayon ka. Hinahinay pa bitaw joke. When it has reached its expiry, taste it. If it's acceptable to you, if mga 1 week pa lang, then yung itilawan, maayo man, okay man, crunchy pa man gihapon, then go ahead, you can consume it. But normally, kung beyond its expiry date yun, its flavor and its texture qualities will start to deteriorate. So, hindi na ka ma-expect sa ihang original crunchiness, ihang flavor, or satisfaction to you. No? So, mawala na yun na siya, yung texture, yung color. Okay? So, important to remember, no? That when we are considering packaging, to package better, faster, with lesser problems, down the line, no? First, know your product. So, balik yun ta atong get to know your product, master your product, which I believe atong mga winners, gi-master na yun nila ilang produkto. And we hope that you also try to explore what are other ways to keep my product safer, to make sure that the end user will not be di maglain ang tiyan sa akong consumer, no? So kompleto ka ang label sa imong produkto, no? Butang recommendation kung i-refrigerate ni what temperature, no? Kung may refrigerate at 5 degrees Celsius, be specific. Kaya nga naman ay ubang mga household nag-refrigerate lagi, pero tuwa dito sa may vegetable nga drawer gibutang ang iyang bagoong. No, so layo kaayo siya sa chilled temperature nga naon tapad sa freezer. No, immediately under the freezer, na gyud unta na dihang mga bagoong ganinay mga sauce, No? Kani mga high moisture foods, diha gina siya. Dairy foods, diha gina siya dapat ibutang. Okay? So know your ingredients, know their characteristics, know the process, and know the product shelf life. So protect yourself. Always let all this information appear in your label. No? So it's very important to know, again, knowing your product is knowing their characteristics. Now, what is the water activity of your food? So water activity is the measure of moisture, no, or water that is available for bacteria to use or to grow. And so therefore, products are categorized into high water content, intermediate water content, and dry food. So each group will have different water activity, which is the measure of moisture. So medyo technical na ni siya gamay, but later on, if mag-import jud mo, you will have to know what is the water activity of your product. Kailangan tayong mga laboratory instruments for that, no? To know the moisture and water activity. Okay, so for processes, it's important to know what steps are you taking to make sure that your containers or your packaging is clean and safe. So if it's bottles or jars, you sterilize it. Sir Frank, do you undergo sterilization of your bottles, sir? Napa si Sir Frank?
Ako, sterilize din siguro.
Sorry. Wala ko sterilization sa akong product kay since I'm using plastic bottles man sa akong bagoong.
Yes, but they are from a supplier na naka-guarantee yun na clean yun ni sila mga plastic bottles, no? Plastic
yes, ma'am. Yes. Dili wala ko nagamit og recycled na plastic bottles ma'am or plastic jars.
Yes, because again, remembering what we learned, that ako na lang himo benchmark si USFDA, no? Na kung mag-inspecto yun ta, plastics daw are indirect additives to food. No? So the very fact nga nagamit yung fresh containers, mag-guarantee mo sa imong customers nga limpyo gyud ako mga jars kay first use yun ni wa gyud kong recycle. No? So that's good. No?
Yes.
So find a means to, if there is any way that bacteria can reach your packaging or your food, find ways to remove those bacteria. So matong ngayon ko, know what is your target bacteria. No? So get to know what is your product, research a little bit about it, or kaya pagamay ng food safety notes. Then know how to control this bacteria, no? If your product is oxygen sensitive, no, like example na offer ka og mga crunchy nga product, chicharon, chips, banana chips, so they are good for nothing kung ngunit na sila, no? So ang imong kontra is oxygen, so you have to make sure siguro later on kung mo expand na ka or na kayo opportunity mag-export ka, imo i-explore, do you think ni reduced oxygen packaging will work for me? Or pwede ba ako mag-inject of inert gases into my packaging na mura siya og kaning junk food ba, mura chippy ba, when you open it na ay siya gamay nga air mo gawas, no? So, those are the things you should explore. And unfortunately, dili ni pwede nga mag-ato-ato lang ta, no? Mga itatabang sa KNN, mga itatabang sa
DOSC.
DOSC, no? Si FCG is also there. Cebu Chamber of Commerce, advertise lang ko, is also there, no? So trainings are available. So do not be an island. Try to explore, try to ask the experts. No? So next, know your product shelf life. No? And oftentimes, the shelf life of your product is determined by how good your packaging is. No? So it could be in any form, bottles, cups, cans. No? So it will determine, no, the shelf life of your product. No? So, and also when we talk about packaging, it's not just considering how it will perform or how it will be displayed in the shelves, but also how it will be transported. Where will it be momentarily stored before transport? No? Is it exposed to light or oxygen? No? So this thing should be considered. That's why discuss na ba good manufacturing practices? Kita Carms, wa pa no?
Wala pa. Ang uban na tong winners nakakuha na ana. Pero kani sila murag bago pa din sila.
Nindot na siya nga next ninyong module or training topic later on kung namoy panahon.
In fact, we had a session with Ma'am
Amarla. Tama ba? So that is earlier. A good combination of your knowledge about food packaging and good manufacturing practices because mahibaw-an nimo ang workflow sa imuhang work area.
Yes.
Na dili ka magtrabaho in a dirty area going to clean. It should be one workflow. It should be if naana ka sa clean, di na ka mubalik sa dirty area. No, so that is to prevent product contamination. No, so it's your work area or in kusina, simple ra gud sa kusina, but is your kitchen well ventilated or is it so enclosed na humid kaayo ang area? No, nag-process pa gani ka, nag-produce pa kasi mong produkto, nagluto pa ka, humid na daan. No? So there should be proper ventilation, proper relative humidity in your work area. And the pets do not access that area. Sometimes common na ba na kay laging pet loving sa kanya, usay ka ni mga pets, nag-asa lang usay sa balay. So we have to be particular about that. So then we have to be attentive to product changes. No? Moto siyang ganihan, naghisgot ang physical changes, microbiological changes, chemical o sensory changes. How is the smell of your product? Okay pa ba siya? Is it still crunchy? Kung crunchy mangganing na, no? Wa ba siya off taste? Wa ba siya nanimaho o something that is not biko, something that is not hipon, no? So then we are also particular about the modes of deterioration. Like example, kani mga nuts, no, particular kay tani because certain people have allergy to nuts, no? But also certain nuts, especially peanuts, can already be rancid. Kakuan mo ng mura siya og off taste na fatty. Kakuan ka na chicharon nga karaan na. No, di ba na siya mura og mura siya smells like molds. No, so anyway, it's undesirable altogether, no? But there is a way kung mag-expand lagyan mo ba if you're really serious about your business and if example maupunuhay ni inyong produkto, mga nuts or chicharon, there is a way to know nga na-deteriorate na imong product bisag wala pa tong rancid nga taste. And that is what we call peroxide value. So again, in chemistry, we can measure rancidity bisag wala pa siya nanimaho, no? You know already, and that is one effective way of understanding shelf life. No? So another is that caking of milk powder. Also, if you are into the business of kaning powdered products, such as milk or flour, now this can be measured by moisture content. No? And then kanisang mold growth in bread can also be measured using water activity of moisture content. So it's very important that whatever method you are using to make sure your product deterioration or shelf life as you have declared is really accurate. Baka mo declare ka nga good for 3 months man akong product. This is self-stable, but wala pa rin active 3 months na daot na siya. No? Okay, so food products may undergo loss in quality due to failure of the packaging again, due to product package interaction. Sometimes there is what we call migration aspects of the interaction of the packaging to your food product. So that's why we have sometimes kaning mga entrepreneurs ba nga, they are trying to save costs, no? So they just handle the research and development on their own, which can sometimes be a waste of resources. Kaya nga naman, ni-fail ang ilahang packaging. No? Can result to inadequate barrier properties. So nagamit na siya og paper packaging instead unta to og ganing polyethylene, no, or something like that. No? So migration of potentially toxic residues from some packaging materials to a contact phase is possibility and gives rise to food safety concerns. So again, we don't want to be the cause why people are having upset stomach or worse, poisoning. So no? So we make sure that our products are always safe. And one way to make sure that is that we have the proper packaging. No? So ensure that the package is compatible with the requirements of the product to be packed. No? So with the eventual packaging machinery to be used. Now, if you are going to invest in machinery, no, and then what are the stresses of the product while it is in transport? No? So while di pa man siguro kayo ni issue para for some of our winners. No? And this one is very common. Avoid misunderstanding. Some people do not have the originality, no, or sometimes just for fun lang, to poke fun into branding and names. Like, makakita ta o mga store na ang pangalan kay Devin Evelyn. No? So it is eye-catching, pero 7-Eleven will be serious about you sounding like 7-Eleven. Actually, they can sue that particular store. No, so let us be unique with our branding, our names, and how we label our products. Okay, so yes, ma'am. Okay, all right. So moving on, it's very important when we talk about packaging to ensure the designation of the package. What is it for? The type of product to be packed, again, going back to knowing your product. And we should be after not just aesthetics, dili lang ang ka-attractive sa imong packaging, but ang functionality. Nag-protect ba siya sa imong produkto? Is it sufficient? No? Does it contain the right information? But here's just an example of packaging that could have different layers, no? Like, atong example na kung gihatag, that it cannot be entirely plastic. It could be at some layer, it is PP polypropylene, no? Which is the physical food contact layer, katong primary packaging, no? Which is heat sealed surface, no? And the second layer could be made of nylon or abrasion resistance. Maybe you are packing something that you want to make sure its freshness or crispiness is maintained up to its shelf life. No? And then the next layer could be aluminum foil. No? But siguro sa atong mga produkto, dili kayo ni siya applicable. Okay, so just to summarize, now we learned for plastics, there are different kinds, different material, rigidity, characteristics. No? So we have PE, OPP, polypropylene. That we learned is for soft drinks, juices. You have also vacuum metallized. Aluminum wala kayo tani dual ani, and then kaning common is LLDPE, low density.
Hello.
So this one we will just skip the orientated. plastic. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So mani siya example of okay, di na ko makita screen for PE, no plastic.
Okay, ako.
So here are, again, just to summarize the different packaging formats for katong sa plastics, no? So here they are now. This is the difference between craft paper bag, no, and then the regular paper bag. So for different products, different materials. So you have for coffee, there have a little bit of a foil material in them, no? And you also have rice paper bags. Dili kay di siya common diri sa Philippines, no? But kani diri sa ibabaw is mga different films. Then you have also pouches in different forms. You have stand up. You have foil bags, spout pouches for kaning mga juice drinks for kids, which is economical, practical, and convenient also because they don't need straw anymore. And then many stores do not offer straw anymore. No? And then some kids do have difficulty drinking, kaning mga toddlers. Wa pa ba na sila naanad og kung ano kanang drinking in kanang large sani mga kung gulp ba, no? So this is really ideal for young children, no? So for facial mask bag, foods, adhesive also. Also different pouches, different forms. So this will summarize the different plastic materials, their properties, and their common uses. Okay. So if you are offering frozen foods, nylon and PE could be a good combination for you. If you're offering products that you want to maintain the integrity, its freshness, and its crispiness, sensorial properties, OPP and CPP is ideal for that product. No? So finally, we have come to the final topic for this afternoon, which is the food labeling. Kaya naghisgot man tag packaging karon na ta sa labeling requirements. No? So for labeling, when we say label, it is any written, printed, or graphic matter that is placed on your product. No, either the container or the wrappers. No,
Miss Ava.
Yes, ma'am.
I think we're running out of time.
Okay, sige. So anyway, kani siya is readily accessible information. Kaya again, this is in AO 2014. No, so pwede ra gid ninyo ma-check, be informed, no, and then know the parts. So if you are really going to expand your business and be serious and supply to supermarkets or other buyers that have requirements, importante yun ni siya nga ma-follow ni nato, no? So kato mga nutrition facts, and then kaning mga country of origin, address of the manufacturer, iyang weight, iyang brand name, katong mga expiry dates, no, barcode, siguro dito pa applicable sa atong businesses for now, no, but your product identity, no, then the weight of your product, no. So kanino, so you go and explore this on your own. I can share some slides to you, and then saan din ako send, just give me instruction, Tita Carms.
Okay.
So we end here, hopefully nga natin nakuha bisag gamay, no? Sa ato ang food packaging ulit. Medyo market siya. Kanang bugat-bugat din siya nga topic, but it's worth knowing about them, no?
Yes.
So, thank you kayo sa inyong attention. Hopefully, nakatabang gamay o ideas sa inyong negosyo.
Yes. Thank you, Stan. We hope ang atong mga winners no naa-understand sila tingali gamay idea ug unsay ilang murag ideal packaging para nila. No, we will try to have another session with you on that para at least makuha na ninyo ma-expand pa later ang inyong mga problem. We'd like to thank Ms. Ava.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you kayo, Miss Av. I know kanang daghan pa jud unta siya ma-share na especially about reading, but maybe additional pohon-pohon sa sunod session nato baka atiwas pag gihapon ta ana. So I think very kuan man kay to daghan na gid kayo tong content, and I know kung naglibog pa tang tanan pwede nato ma-review kaning episode so that mas makahibaw pag gid ta unsay kinahanglan nga pilion nato no nga packaging, and nakasabot na magyud mo ato no kay kahibaw na ta kung unsa atong produkto like si Marites, nakahibaw na siya unsay fit para niya, kang Sir Frank sad same gihapon sa ilang tagsa-tagsa ka mga produkto. So maybe this time ato sa pagpangutanan nato Ma'am Carmen sa atong mga listeners, and then i-follow lang siya sa pag-invite sa atong mga winners, sa atong mga viewers sa pagpalit sa ilang tagsa-tagsa ka product. Ma'am Av, nanate questions ma'am para sa mga viewers nato.
Question.
Yes.
Question, sige. Verbal lang yun ako ikaw, or i-flash na ko.
Pwede ra ma'am. Any.
So, first question is, unsa nga packaging material has the lowest cost and is preferred for its machine accessibility? Unsay pinakabarato o kung an ideal siya tungod sa iyang easy processing? So, mana number 1. Tulo ka question, ako ipangutana?
Yes ma'am. Tulo ma'am.
Sige. Kumato no, which of the packaging material is the lowest cost o pinaka-easy to process? Second, which packaging material is considered as an indirect food additive according to US Food and Drug Administration? Again, which packaging material is considered as an indirect food additive according to US FDA? Hawgang ikatulo, which Philippine administrative order contains the guidelines for labeling of prepackaged food products? Unsa nga administrative order? Muna, ikatulo.
Okay. For food products. Okay po. So alang sa mga naminaw nato ron again after our episode, pwede din i-review kay ang tubag ato naragid sa atong discussion. And again, inyong mapadangat inyong mga tubag sa atong live nga video sa Facebook, and also sa pag-text ninyo sa atong number sa 0949-045-5481. So karong higayon na mga kasibya atong pasalamatan pag-usab ang ato ang speaker this afternoon, si Ma'am Ava, for sharing her knowledge. Daghan gyud kay mig nakatunan karong hapon, murag matag-atubang na mo sa plastic amo na ma-identify. Matang sa ako nagtan-aw sad ko dinhi ma'am kay naay ko 5, so murag tabaw na ko untay
meaning ng number
mao nga number. And so with that, atong i-present Ma'am Carmen ang Certificate of Appreciation alang kang Ma'am Ava Rimonde alang sa iyang pagtabang nato this afternoon for sharing her valuable knowledge on food labeling and packaging. Sa laing episode na sab nato dinhi sa atong tulumanon sa Mag-Negosyo Ta Bai. Again, Ma'am Ava, thank you very much.
So, Ms. Ava, thank you very much sa imong pag-share sa imong talent of expertise on food labeling and packaging. I'm sure daghan yung nakatunan ng atong mga KNN winners karon, no? So, ako lang niya tagaan sa hard copy ana, Ms. Ava.
Okay, salamat.
Follow lang ta.
Para sa sunod para sa sunod nga sa sunod sa nga guesting na to.
Okay.
Sa ba?
Yes. Pohon. Karon Ma'am Carmen, atong hatagan po ganyan atong winners, no? Aron nga maka-kuan sila, maka-promote sa ilahad po nga business. Unahan na to si Sir Franklin. Sir Frank, paligog invite sa atong makasibya.
Yes, ma'am. Salamat, ma'am. So, mapalit ninyo or ma-check ninyo ito ang Eurico Spicy Hipon page. So, click lang sa Facebook, then search Eurico Spicy Hipon Bagoong Processing, or through text 0926-230-6553.
Okay. So,
Thank you,
text
ma'am.
lang sila, mo message lang sila sir sa imong page, and then pwede na sila maka-order sa imong produkto.
Yes, ma'am. Sakto, ma'am.
Okay. So, ang spelling sa Eurico mga kasibi is Y-U-R-I-K-K-O. Nga, makita ninyo sa ilahapod nga cover photo na diha ang contact number Mr. Franklin. Aron nga maka-order mo siyang product. Ako lang pakita para na may idea. Sakto ni Sir Frank, mo ni mong page.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sakto na, ma'am.
Eurico Spicy Hipon Bagoong Processing. So again, i-like ug i-share lang po diyang page aron mas daghan pang makahibaw about his business. Sunod adtoon nato si Ma'am Marina ug si Evangeline. I think nagkuyog sila. Usa lang ninyo ma'am or dili mo feedback ang audio. Palihog og unmute. Sige ma'am.
Ma'am.
Go ma'am, palihog og invite sa mga naminaw na to ma'am unsaon nila pag-order again sa imong product. Ma'am Marina.
Hello mga kauban, kanyang ako sa KNN winner, din tagaan ko sa kanyang nila sa usa ko kapapunan niya din na nasugod nako karon nga akong negosyo sa usa ka niyang mga kaning niya kung panahon na gani sa mga yung mga kalalihukan like mga kuan December pwede ko ninyo maginan.
Okay. Unsay number nimo ma'am Marina? Imong cellphone number?
0915-11-77-193.
Okay. Or pwede rin nyo i-search po ang Facebook ni Ma'am Marina, no? Marina de los Reyes, aron nga makita mo sa ihapod nga mga produkto. Again, makakanin ang iya, especially biko, gyud ang inyong ma-order sab. So kung namo sa Cebu City, pwede mo mo-contact ni Ma'am Marina. Thank you, ma'am. Salamat kay sa inyong panahon. And also, ang ato apod nga Siomai Queen sa Siomai Subo, Ma'am Marites, invite our viewers, ma'am.
Good afternoon, a very productive afternoon gyud. Salamat ni Miss Aba. Karon pa ko kay balong nga lain-lain day ang lead, lahi day ang klase nga plastic, lahi sa puday ang iyang container. Karon pasad ko nga ang nade ay packaging nga imuha ra idiretso sa microwave. Ako naibawan sa una kana ramang popcorn. Oh, nya karon nade inaana no sumubasa gyud ay tay nigpalit. Naaba kahit packaging no nga ang siomai isuod na lang ba din. Diretso na lang din luto. Pasayon. So anyway, salamat kayo and I'm inviting everyone. Tilaw mo pa nagsa sa Siomai Subo, pork frozen siomai. Makontak po ninyo sa 0923-739-8434. 120 pesos ang ako ang 20 pieces nga packing. No nya. So 20 pieces na nya 120 pesos including na ang sauce. Wow. Salamat kayo.
Thank you kayo Ma'am Marites. Manay kami ngawan ako usa sa mga produkto ang Siomai Sugbo diha sa Dakbayan. Saya ko makabalik ta diha makatilaw
Yes.
Thank you kaayo Ma'am Marites. Again si Ma'am Sir Franklin, si Ma'am Marina Sad at si Ma'am Evangeline. Ma'am Vange, pwede ra po ka-invite. Marag kuan na lang contact na lang mo ni Ma'am Marina siguro kay nagkuyog ba ni sila sa ilahang nga mga produkto mga kasebya. So this time si Sir Devin hatagan po nato gigayon to invite our atong viewers for our 16th season sa KNN and magpasalamat sa ato ang mga partners and sponsors. Sir Dev?
So, mo-invite na po no for season 16. Pwede lang din sila mo-apply. Mo-text na sila sa sa 0917-322-0868, 0917-322-0868, or pwede sila mo-chat sa ako messenger Devin Go. So, anytime sila pwede mo-apply no, for KNN Season 16. Once again, magpasalamat sa itong sponsors, ang Bayanihan Champions, BBC Prince Top, ug Opascore. Sa ato ang program partners, University of San Carlos School of Business and Economics, USC-SBE Alumni Association, Department of Labor and Employment Region 7, DOST, ug CBT TV. Daghang salamat.
Thank you very much, Sir Devin. And again, sa tanan natong mga nakauban karong hapuna, and sa tanang nagtanaw nato sa tanan natong social media platforms. Daghan kitang nakatunan karong simana. And hopefully, madugangan pa ni sa mga sunod nato nga episode. Sa atong tulumanon nga motabang sa pagpalambo, sa atong tagsa-tagsa ka mga negosyo. Sangan sa itong makaubanan, sa DOLE, sa USC-KNN, o sa CBT TV, kini si Angie, Saniel, Mag-Negosyo Ta Bai.